some stuff. They'd be like, here, check this out. We had a prototype up and running. Keep in mind, at this point, you know, the environment is all just big gray boxes. It's not pretty at all. The infected are still the sort of cheesy terrorist zombies.
I mean, it was already fun. So then it was just like, well, now we just got to make it look good.
Now we just got to make it look good. Bro, it's so crazy because like when Left 4 Dead was happening, I would say it actually was fire. But like going back and playing it now, after like 3 levels, I'm just like, what is happening? Like, what's going on? It's like just like a repeat over and over and over again. It's still just fun to get on and have fun with the bros, but nah. Back 4 Blood though was that game. It was definitely a decent copy, but that was like a whole different experience, I feel like.
Back 4 Blood, I'm now joined by Chris Ashton of Turtle Rock Studios. This is pretty exciting for all us Left 4 Dead fans. Of course, you guys are known for all the amazing work, Left 4 Dead, and now you're building building on the legacy with this new zombie co-op shooter.
We got the
what's new? What can you tell us about it, Chris?
Well, we wanted to do more and bigger, right?
Okay, here we go. Here's the gameplay reveal of Back 4 Blood.
Not me.
Was that really it?
You all lost people. Lost someone close.
Oh, so I'm to blame?
Oh, fuck no!
Well, that was the worst. Or when your bot, like if you were playing and like somehow the bot would glitch into one of your teammates, and then you like so say if you were playing, like if I'm playing in and I'm like Walker or whatever, right? Or like I used to always play as the shorty character, right? The one with the glasses, like the little teacher looking lady. I think she's like a scientist. But anyway, after any time that like I would end up dying with her, she would always end up changing to the black guy. Like it made no sense. It made no sense to me.
Here, pistol here. Over there? We're getting out of ammo.
I'm trying to like look at the names because the fact that one person's able to find all of these like crazy aspects is kind of wild. Like how are you able to find all these glitches? Okay, this is different.
Anytime you're ready.
That's crazy.
This is not over.
Okay, this is crazy. I experienced half of these. This is kind of wild. So this means that it was just riddled with problems. What are we showing here exactly? It's like crazy because I feel like in a way, I feel like I had way more fun with Back 4 Blood than I ever did on Left 4 Dead. Oh man, that's crazy.
Since killing zombies is such a big part of this game, we invested a lot of time into making their death animations more dramatic than simple ragdolls. We had a professional stuntman on a motion capture stage perform about 100 different dying animations from different kinds of weapons.
This is a thing in games? What?
And hit from different directions.
You can watch director's cuts and stuff? I have no way you could do this.
Like from the front or behind. We then combine these mocap animations with the physics-driven ragdolls. The result is a really cinematic experience.
That's so crazy. I never noticed that. But that's so clean. So it was just before its time almost. Wow, dude. So without Valve, like, there's just no heart in it. It was just a, wow, okay. They didn't put really any creative direction into it besides, all right, cool. We just needed to make it, upgrade the graphics a little bit and port the game over.
Zombies that stumble for a few steps into a wall, then slide down the wall and collapse, for example. It's the best of both worlds.
love how people notice stuff like this in games, bro.
We treat the infected horde as a major character in Left 4 Dead. And so
why? Like, I never even realized it. All four of them were the same versus like all four of the other people had like completely all different interactions with all. Do we like just not care anymore? Or are there like certain people? Like, am I the dummy that just buys into all games now, even though they're like putting no effort into them? It's crazy. I feel like I enjoyed the hell out of Back 4 Blood.
spend a lot of effort in making their movements believable. The common hordes stagger around, cough, vomit, fight amongst themselves, lean against walls, sit on the ground, and lie down as part of their wandering behaviors. When they see a survivor, they become enraged, taking off in a full sprint, leaning into their turns, trying to get to their victim.
Yo!
We wanted to express this rage in their faces as well. So we found efficient ways for each member of the horde to make intense facial expressions.
They did a lot of detail work. I didn't realize any of this in Left 4 Dead. I feel like I gotta replay the whole game just to truly care about it. Jesus. No way, there's only one animation. There's only one animation?
It was a challenge to create this diversity of looks for common infected and take advantage of unique clothing or uniforms in specific areas. For instance, lots of TSA agents are spawned in the airport, hospital patients around the hospital, cops in the streets, office employees in the offices, etc. It helped to reinforce the sense of a vast epidemic.
We wanted to add further variety to Left 4 Dead 2's campaigns, so we extended this notion when we added the Mudman, the Clown, the Construction Worker, and the Riot Cop.
Yeah, but like, come on though. Like, that's something to say, because if you look at this, this guy has the same animations as a character they already had in the game. So all they did was reskin it and add in the same shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'd respect it more. Like, you're showing this as something that's supposed to be like like, look how much they cared and shit. That's the same animation as the other guy falling. You know? Like, I don't know. I wish though, like, you would think that like the Riot niggas would take bullets differently than somebody with no gear on, you know? So like, if they were putting that much crazy design thoughts and aspects into the game, they would have thought of that. I don't know. I mean, I could be asking for too much now at this point. I don't know. Isabel, it's pretty much a video kind of showing that once a really big, what would you call it? Once a big part of something gets removed out of it, then pretty much it turns into just something with no soul. You know, it's pretty much just a take like that.
Get ahead!
It's so crazy because I never realized that they all did the same thing. crap. Like they actually are affected by this. Like it shows that it's hurting them. They're like running and scattering. Wow. Damn. That's kind of dope.
I'm reloading.
Yeah, type shit. Jesus.
God help us. Something's off. I can feel it.
Wow, that's so lazy. And it's so crazy to me because like this is like the kind of stuff that I don't understand. What is it about new games that do stuff like this? Like that they don't have so much in the game. What is it that makes the game so glitchy and trash? Because if they don't have this much thought to where like different things are happening, like body blown, like limb damage and stuff like that. Like if this stuff isn't in the game, why is it still so glitchy? Because the Left 4 Dead, like Back 4 Blood was so glitchy, bro. It was so glitchy, but it was still so fun. Not gonna lie, I didn't beat it, but it was still so much fun. It got so much blood. There was so much blood, and there was literally nothing wrong with the body. Like you couldn't even see where the blood came out of the body.
The vast majority of their time shooting the common infected, we wanted to improve the feedback and visceral nature of this experience. In Left 4 Dead 1, we provided only the ability to shoot off limbs. Now, in Left 4 Dead 2, there are 43 unique ways to damage an infected.
What?
Because many of these wounds are non-fatal, players are able to wound an infected more than once, resulting in about 780 possible damage combinations.
Nah, that's kind of hard. And you see the slice from the rib. So you see his arm off and you see the underbelly slice. That is crazy. Yo, somebody's got to remind me when we're playing Dead Island, like I got to look and see if I notice little things like this. Cause oh man, that's kind of cool. So they're almost like, all right, we're gonna give you guys like way more like fire and like that, but we're not gonna have any of the ragdoll effects actually like do anything crazy. Like, but then again too, I know nowadays, bro, like even with YouTube, like what do you call it? One of my Dead Island videos is already it got what do you call it? Like made for kids or like what do you call it? Age restricted. Because supposedly it had too much blood or whatever in there. And I was like, I didn't even know that was a thing. Nah, the thumper wasn't even like that. The thumper wasn't even like that. It wasn't even like that in Left 4 Dead. They're wildin'. Because that shit used to do nothing when I had it. Jesus. This is nothingness. The bodies are actually interacting with the environment. That's so fire.
Reloading.
Bobbing. One of them was like choking. What?
The environments in Left 4 Dead are geometrically complex and littered with breakable and movable objects.
That was like my favorite thing to do, bro. I used to go in and be like, yeah, we gotta clear out everything. I want no pictures on the wall no more. Jesus. It's like somebody took this guy's like candy when he was a kid, or like just, it's like, have you guys seen Young Sheldon? I've been watching that recently, and it's like the shit that he would have went to, like the miles that he went to prove that the bread was made by a different company and that they were lying about the bread. Like, bro, this is crazy. See, with normal shotgun zombies die one shot. Oh God, yeah, man. Nowadays, it takes like 8 shotgun shots in any video game to kill anything. You guys ever wish you cared about something enough? Like, I feel like I've never loved anything in my life, truly. 'Cause I've never cared this much about something. And like, usually I'll just like let it die. I'll be like, ah, whatever, it is what it is. But like, this is like some true, like, he played this shit and they were just mad. They were like, what is going on? This is terrible. Like, they were playing Back 4 Blood. They were like, there's just no life in this at all. This is crazy.
What?
This restaurant was one of the first areas we populated with tables and chairs. In early playtests, the survivor would pop a boomer, and the resulting explosion sent tables and chairs flying everywhere. It was a great effect. We decided to furnish a few more areas like this, so that more players would be likely to experience it.
That's so crazy. In my head, I'm like, oh no, like, all they actually did was like they just randomly generated all the zombies in each spot. I didn't know there was like a plan.
Lights on.
Wait. So the bullets added light, is that what we're seeing right now? I don't understand.
Lights on.
In Left 4 Dead, players carry flashlights to illuminate the environment. These shadow-casting light sources not only add surface richness and provide important visual depth cues,
okay,
they
now
tie
I'm
into
understanding.
gameplay.
I was like, wait, what? Holy shit, even on the trees?
Because a player's flashlight is attached to his or her weapon, the light becomes pointed off to the side when reloading or performing a shove attack. Like so many of Left 4 Dead's game mechanics, this encourages cooperation, as players know they may be left in the dark if they choose to reload at the wrong moment.
Hold up!
Cutting cross country will save you time on foot.
Oh my god, there's just like nothing there.
I see. I'll send in another crew to hold the post once.
It's like there's like a light already, and then they just added like another cone.
In
but
playtests, people
it's like
are
the
often
light isn't actually there. It's only there on your screen. It's not there interacting with anything. That's kind of weird. I think my adrenaline is always on like 4,000 when I'm playing these games, So I am like, there's never a calm moment in my mind where I'm like, oh man, like I really hope there's a shadow off on this tree, you know?
Confused by certain events and elements in the game. The addition of musical cues help distinguish these events and diminish player confusion.
I feel like it would have been mad cool if they made it so objects in the game hurt you, because that, you know what I'm saying? But that's probably too realistic, huh?
Players who leave
Because like if you blow up something and that gurney right there like flies back, it should have killed him. But then again, that would probably just be way too uncontrollable, you know?
the music on are treated to a variety of subtle audio cues that not only deepen the horror experience, but make them better players.
God, dude, seeing him like turn at you, that shit. No wonder this game gave me
We base
like
the
literal
music on what the player
nightmares,
is
bro.
actually experiencing, and not on what we want them to experience.
Nah, that's kind of crazy. That's kind of crazy. I never realized that. But then again, like I don't die or get caught, so like I would never notice something like that, but wow.
We keep the music appropriate to each player's situation and highly personalized. The music engine in Left 4 Dead has a complete client-side multi-track system per player that is completely unique to that player and can even be monitored by the spectators.
So it's literally like a unique game per player. So like you could experience the game from each player's perspective, whereas in the new Left 4 Dead or in the new Back 4 Blood, you could play as anybody and have the same experience of the game. For real. That's kind of crazy.
One difficulty with the tank was that since we offset his incredible toughness by slowing him down a bit, when tank battles occurred in large outdoor spaces, he was far less effective. To offset this vulnerability, we added his rock throw and car slugging abilities.
Oh, that makes sense. To give him time to close that distance too. Wow. Hey, yo!
Finish this for me.
There, easy now.
Thanks.
One more scar for the collection.
Who the fuck shot me? Watch where you move in the future.
Oh! Bro, what?
Don't think I'm coming back out.
Mom, please! You need to take better care of that wound.
What? Bro, they just didn't care at all! Oh my god, they literally they made this for dumbass people like me. Oh my god. Oh my god.
Ranger, over there!
Bro, the gun doesn't even work! It doesn't even function! Oh my god, dude.
This is our world, and we're taking it back.
While there are hundreds of infected types mobbing the player in Left 4 Dead, there are only 4 survivors. To make sure these 4 stood up to close scrutiny over many hours of playtime, we decided to use photographic reference of faces and wardrobe details.
That wasn't necessary, but thanks.
We started out by casting 4 individuals who fit the general design concepts we had created for our characters.
Sweet shot.
The talent was guided through a matrix of facial expressions,
Okay, let's do it.
creating a complete catalog of movements and expressions for each character's face. This is an invaluable resource for our modelers and animators when they start to recreate these expressions in 3-dimensional models.
I mean, that shotgun was kind of the same. Low-key.
Hold on!
Her hand was going through that bitch.
Help! Oh.
What? There's like a whole... Wow, bro. That's kind of crazy. They put a lot... Is that why this game is just so loved?
Ooh, nice.
Here I am this whole time. I thought people just enjoyed killing zombies. Well, in all actuality, like, people really do like good games.
Holy crap.
Holy shit!
That's so fire. I wonder if you actually like looked at them, if they would have made the like notions that they made, or if they only did that because he turned around and looked at them. I don't know.
You see? It works! Fuck yeah!
One of our goals when designing the 4 survivors was to have a very diverse group of real-world characters who fit in the post-apocalyptic storyline, but that also have heroic and aspirational qualities.
They're changing. God damn it, Bill! Oh, it stinks!
Bill was a challenging design problem when it came to finding the correct balance between realism and idealism. In our first attempts, we made him look a bit too old and frail, which made him seem physically incapable of fighting against the Horde. In our final design, we balanced the character backstory and the aspirational qualities, portraying
Turn that
Bill
boy
as
into
once
a
heroic
damn
army
German
veteran, who, though older
warrior.
and wiser, can still excel at physical combat.
And that's Mom. At least that's what we call her because she's tough, doesn't take shit from anybody, and always knows exactly what to say.
Welcome to the shit show.
Yep, that's me. My name is Holly. Just your run-of-the-mill college kid with a baseball bat. But I can also be a real softie on the inside, you know? I'm sort of the glue that holds the whole team together.
Oh, I miss this game. Oh boy.
The process behind designing Zoe's character wasn't as straightforward as the other 3. Developing a young female in a zombie apocalypse isn't easy with a backstory like hers.
Zoe was so pussy.
Someone's still alive.
She had to be attractive and worn down at the same time.
Thanks.
She needed to be tough and able to hold her own, even though she's occasionally terrified.
Flashlights off.
Her readability was also something we had to take into consideration.
While we were developing Left 4 Dead, we shipped out a game called TF2. And Team Fortress 2 taught us a lot about things like read hierarchy and other queuing tools that you need to have in a multiplayer environment. We also wanted to push harder on the horror art direction. So one of the last things we're doing with the game before we ship it is we're redoing all of the survivor characters.
The 4 characters were designed as a unit, so that while they stand out together from the rest of the world, their strong silhouettes and color contrast provide clear reads for each individually, yet a signal team. We wanted to conjure 4 survivors that would resonate realistically.
What? I had to shake it, bro. Like,
a horrifically rendered version of the zombie apocalypse,
make it
which
weird.
you, the player, now find yourself in.
So what we have is this thing called versus mode, where you can play 4 survivors playing as humans with 4 infected, this time as humans. And what they try to do is the survivors try to get to the end of a map, the infected try to stop them.
And we recently got to see how PvP is going to be expanded. Do
I
you
still
want to
feel like
jump into
PvP
that
should have
and
been
talk
leveled
about
up.
that newly
That
announced
shit's always
experience?
been horrible.
Yeah, sure. You queue up with 3 of your friends, you go into a match, and you're playing a best of 3. So you play 2 rounds, and it's whoever's lasts the longest on the cleaner side is the winner.
So it's not going to be quite the entire campaign where people make their way from level to level and then swap.
No, it's gonna be a complete just mystery for what you're actually supposed to be doing the whole time. It is terrible. The Back 4 Blood multiplayer experience is dog shit.
It's very much,
dog
here's
water.
a hyper-focus area designed around the swarm mode, and then you're just going to have to survive longer.
That's
Is that correct?
exactly it. Yeah, that's exactly what it have, like you say.
One of the concerns that were raised by people who had Left 4 Dead is, what's different enough about this to justify it being a new sequel? So we've spent a lot of time talking about what the scope is, both artistically in terms of the scale of the game, how the gameplay is
Which was the one where they were in,
some of the
like, New Orleans or some
pieces that
shit.
have moved forward, and doing anything we could to make sure that our fans, who are the reason that we exist, the reason that we have a business, understood why Left 4 Dead 2 was a really positive evolution, rather than just us trying to come up with a way of, stripping money out of a successful and popular game.
Who the hell puts an evac station up 30 flights of goddamn stairs?
Maybe the helicopter. Maybe it's made of chocolate. I have not come this far to die now.
What the
Pipe bomb out!
Is Back 4 Blood going to facilitate the modding community at all with the online element, or is it going to purely be contained game files?
It's contained. We're at launch for sure. Yeah, we're not going to have anything like that available then.
You're telling me they had all of that dope stuff going on and they were just like, nah, actually, we don't want to let people make their own stuff and do mods. We'll just put out this crap. I never understand it, bro. Halo made the same mistake, bro. Like, oh my god. Halo could have literally just not even dropped the game and just been like, hey guys, here's a new crazy Forge mode, and just, oh my god, I just don't get it. I don't understand how games do this. I don't understand it. It's like they have this like vision in their head and they're just like, hey, you know what? I'm ready to shit the bed. But like a quick buck, bro, they have all of this stuff that's showing that it's working. Like, look at the modded community. The fact that people were making mods and putting that much work behind it, they could have literally, they didn't even have to give these niggas a cut. They could have literally just kept on doing what they were doing. They could have just kept on doing what they were doing. Like, oh god. Oh. Like, at least, like, Fortnite, people can talk about as much crap as they want about Fortnite, bro, but Fortnite's changing the game. Changing the game, bro. Changing the game.
If you listen closely, you can hear my heart break.
That's why I did, sorry. Yeah.
Valve. Now, one of the things they have messed up on, and I think is like probably the thing that will completely kill their whole Forge mode that they're trying to do, the fact that you can't use stuff from like their in-game events, that's trash to me. Like that right there, like it's like they cut people off from stuff that they're doing and like stuff that they're able to use so that the community can never like level up past the game in a way, which they made it seem like they were putting the game in our hands rather than like still allowing themselves to control it. I don't know. It seems weird.
Retains Left 4 Dead, and they signed us back our logo and name. Mike's decided he was done running his own studio.
Here to talk about the co-op shooter is project lead Mike Ruth.
I think at the time he was really enjoying not being the boss, so he said, I don't want to run Turtle Rock 2.0.
We've had to sit by for the past 10 years and watch other people sort of riff on something that we created. As creators of Left 4 Dead, from the award-winning creators of Left 4 Dead.
Creators of the critically...
Yeah, so you fucking bums, take all that goddamn money, all of that crazy bread that you made, and fucking make another game. People are so weird, bro. Like, how you just let your... Like, it's like, how you let other people kill your dreams like this? It's so weird, bro. It's so weird.
Acclaimed Left 4 Dead franchise.
Made by the creators of Left 4 Dead.
No. Make sure the 360 was up to snuff, make sure the PC is polished, and it's going to be spectacular now.
Left 4 Dead 1 and 2, both of those I really put a lot of thought into replayability.
You can pull people back around corners that they thought they'd already got past, and it's a really interesting space for that, for Versus in particular.
We're actually really honored that there's such a strong fan base for Left 4 Dead 1.
Left 4 Dead characters, there was a lot of agonizing over what's the cast of characters, who's going to want to play them, who are they in this world.
The action was sort of procedurally generated, and so we were never really sure how much time we had before there was going to be 100 zombies running at you.
Once you make debugging 10 times faster, it
Bro, Jesus Christ, they lost everybody. Did they lose everyone? Everyone, bro? Like, oh my God, it wasn't made by nobody from Left 4 Dead.
becomes feasible to do something that was infeasible before because of the debugging cost.
What we did was we used blood splats to differentiate similar textures and added some grind to them.
Now time finally arrived. So we set a hard date this time, I'll tell you. I believe you, Chad. And it'll be quality.
The goal of the director was to create kind of peaks and valleys in this estimated arousal level. Players were not as cooperative as we hoped, and we didn't know why.
You guys refuted a rumor about Left 4 Dead 3, and I hear the giggling already.
Experimental psychologist? What the fuck? What be going on in the background of the game? I'm over here thinking it's like 2 nerds and that's it. It's like 70 niggas.
Already, we're gonna continue with this.
Because you're playing the same mission a bunch of times, if we played the exact same line at the exact same location, it would be rapidly very tiring.
What we wanted at Valve was to create...
What? That's a thing? Nah, that's crazy. Nah, that's kind of crazy.
An experience of playing through a really
I didn't even know they
good
put thought into
horror
that.
film.
I thought that's how speed running existed. Was because like you were able to mark it down to a science why like when certain stuff happened and triggered in games. That's crazy.
Obi goes on to lead art direction for Team Fortress 2, then works on titles such as Left 4 Dead.
But I also worked on Left 4 Dead, Left 4 Dead 2.
There we go. That makes way more sense.